weighing in Fights and Films.
Hi, welcome to Weighing In Fights and Films. I'm Jenny Rose. I'm here with my cousin and co-host,
Brett the Threat, and this is our review of
Episode 3.
Episode 3 of The Ultimate Fighter.
Empire Strikes Back. No.
That'd be Return.
Return of the
There
Jedi.
you go. Return of Cobblestone.
Return of Cobblestone. Yes.
That's what we dubbed Jesse Taylor, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
That is a face that has seen a lot.
It's seen a lot of wars.
Yeah.
He's been at over, what was it, 42 fights, you think he said?
That's in the cage.
Yeah.
I bet there's countless outside.
Yeah, I'm sure there's bar fights in there somewhere. So this actually was my favorite episode of all the ones that we've seen so far. It had the least amount of drama.
Yeah, they strayed away from the stupid story that we've heard over and over again. Like, yeah.
I mean, the whole episode, it focused on the two fighters that were going to fight at the end of the episode. Funniest part, by far, was Taylor's kid that he had. He's only like 7 or something, and he's throwing like this little meltdown on the football field. It was so cute.
You can't do this? Yeah! And his voice is
His
like
little pippy voice.
in the stratosphere.
But I did notice, I kind of called it during the middle of it. I was like, I bet you Jesse's going to win this fight, simply because he got like 3/4 of the airtime than his opponent did. Or it could be because
He was more entertaining on camera.
he was more entertaining and his accent wasn't as thick. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't think the accent had much to do with it. I think it was the entertaining part. Like, the dude, I mean, he's got crazy eyes. He's running around naked at one point.
He's meditating nude. What?
He's pulling a Matthew McConaughey, yeah. And he's doing the shit that they're gonna focus in on, whereas the other guy was much more subdued. So the fight, I mean, this was stand-up versus wrestling, and dude, I mean, if you know you're going against a wrestler, maybe drill that game plan until you could do it in your sleep.
And the guy's got 42 fights. I'm sure there's footage somewhere online where you could know how he goes in for the takedown. You know what I mean? 'Cause he didn't defend it at all. He got dumped on his ass.
Well, there was one
countless times
in the second round where he timed it with the shot and he caught him in the chin, and he did make him drop. Taylor did drop, but the thing is with 42 fights, you could get a glass jaw, but you could also go on autopilot probably pretty easily. And he did. He went right back to his wrestling, and while he was probably still recouping from that hit, was just going on autopilot, and which was his wrestling, and it was effective.
That first round was definitely a 10-8 round. He didn't do much damage. He cut his eye open a little bit with an elbow, and then like the second round he got him down a couple of times as well. He didn't do quite as much damage the second round, but he was on top, and he just held him there the whole time, and that's...
Yeah.
There you go, that's the fight.
Now, I think, doesn't Dana White not like seeing that?
Dana White hates fights like this. He always calls them boring, because he likes the stand-up guys.
Well, then go watch boxing.
Or kickboxing,
They have leagues for that,
I would watch more kickboxing if they used MMA gloves.
I like what GSP said in one of his interviews, like, because he was talking about the lay and pray and all that stuff. And
I laid on top of a guy for 25 minutes.
Right, and he's like, dude, it's not my job to get him moving. Like, I did my job. I'm going to win. I'm going to win with what's presented to me.
Yeah.
That was what was presented to me. And same with this fight. He went to his wrestling. Why? Because the takedown was there.
Right.
So
you can say that about anything. Like the guy kept running away and evading the fight. Well, it's your job to cut him off and do something. And the whole episode just flowed nicely. It immediately started off with the fighters that were going to fight. They introduced you to them. They were talking to the camera. They got a little bit of their backstories in there. Yeah. And then just went right into the fight. And where I felt the whole show slowed down was when they started getting into like the
very end, right?
the TJ versus Cody like little quibbling before they go through the doors. You know what I mean? They're trying to relive the whole McGregor Faber thing. You know what I mean? And it's just like it just slowed it all the way down. I was like, oh.
It's been done. And seriously, these two look like two boys squabbling over a video game. Like, I'm going to kick your ass. We're going to, I'm going to get all the hand grenades. You're not going to get any.
They're not real good at the insult sparring.
Yeah. They're not good with the verbal sparring. Whereas, like, McGregor had style to it. That's why people say, like, how can you handle McGregor's trash talk but not others? I go, because McGregor's been doing this shit since he came out the womb.
Yeah. McGregor's funny. I mean, he's really smart. So it's like, and you tell these two just, not quite as smart.
Well, just not, you're a stand-up comic going on stage and dealing with hecklers and stuff. There's probably a little bit of an art, I would think, to having that verbal bashing skill.
Sure.
You could have someone who's extremely intelligent, brain, surgeon and all that, and they suck at it, There's different talents in this world, and they don't have that talent.
But I did like that they were chanting like their little win chants in one room. You could hear it through the wall.
Yeah, but watch Faber in the background.
Yeah, you can see Faber in the background going, he knows what's going on.
Yeah, he's cracking up. Yeah. Now, next week is the guy that was supposed to fight the one that didn't make weight. So he's now going to finally get his match 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Versus...
Got a definite height disadvantage.
Against the guy that came in.
Yeah.
The guy that came in is shorter. So against the guy that's new into the house, what do you think? Are you looking forward to that fight?
I really don't know much about them yet. We'll see.
What they said about Dillashaw's fighter kind of intrigued me because also he's in the UFC.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. How does he get on TUF if he's on the roster?
What do you get then?
Yeah, what does he win? Just more money, I guess.
2 motorcycles.
I'll have to look him up on Fight Pass to see his record and see some of his fights.
They said he's been doing real well since his season on The Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, that seems kind of weird. Whatever. He's redemptioning.
We'll have to find out what he's redemptioning, but I mean...
Yeah, we'll get his sad story.
Yeah.
Nobody cried this episode, though.
The little kid did.
Oh, the little kid!
It's like, oh, someone's got daddy's temper.
That was the best part of the show. That was adorable.
But no, so how do you weigh in on this episode?
I'll give it a 3.5. You know, they kept out most of the drama, the TV drama, which is good. And but the fight was a little dull. You know what I mean? But it was still entertaining.
I think I'll go the same as you, 3.5, because I've been ranking them 3s, and this one definitely had a better flow to it because this one actually it was done, and we were like, oh my goodness, they're already at the fight. Like we actually got into the show.
Yeah, it was like 25 minutes left, and we're like, this fight's gonna go the distance. If they're just starting to fight now, this is gonna be a long one.
Yeah, no,
And when one of them's a wrestler, you know it's gonna be like on the mat.
Right, which I enjoy. I enjoy watching that.
I enjoy watching those fights with you because you can tell me like the Japanese double leg takedown.
I can tell you some of the techniques and stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
If it had better scrambles on the ground, or if Mehdi had shown more of his kickboxing skills against the wrestler, it would have bumped up to a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you have it. That's how we weigh in on the episode number 3 of The Ultimate Fighter Redemption. Don't forget to support her MMA fight career. She has a fight coming up.
May 20th in Long Beach. Yeah.
Yeah. Is you have an opponent?
Yes.
You gonna kick her ass?
Hopefully.
You gonna talk some trash?
No.
So you're going down.
No, I don't do that.
Oh yeah.
That's not me. That's not me. You know.
You let your fists do their talking.
And hopefully, I just like this is amateur, so it's like I try not to take it too seriously. For the most part, you're trying to get your 5 fights in to go pro. You know, win or lose, all you gotta do is 5.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
To Weighing In Fights and Films, we have a link below for merchandise on that too.
All right.
Yeah.